Hello friends, today I am here to share with you another last 10 books that I read. This one was a struggle to get to 10 books. I have been reading for almost a month now and just hit 10 books. So, starting off, I read Bountiful by Serena Bowen. This is number 4 in her True North series, and I gave this one 3 stars. Was Zara, who she was a bartender who was hooking up with the guy in the first book, and I think at the end of the last book she announced that she was pregnant, and this is her baby's father coming back into the picture, and he's a professional hockey, some type of hockey player. Yeah, he's a professional hockey player, and now he's back because spending time with 2 years later, he's back because spending time with her was just the best time of his life. And I didn't believe any of the romance. I didn't believe any of it. So this one got a 3-star for me. Then I went into Rebecca Yaros's Flight and Glory series. I have a vlog on that, so please watch that because I feel like that went a lot more in depth than anything I'm about to say. Book 1 was Full Measures. This is Josh and Ember. I gave this one 4 stars. Book 2 is Eyes Turned Skyward. This is Jagger and Paisley. I gave this one 4 stars. Book 3 is Beyond What Is Given. This one is Grayson and Sam. I gave this one 5 stars. Book 4, Hallowed Ground, goes back to Josh and Ember. I gave this one 4 stars. And then book 5, The Reality of Everything. This one is Morgan and Jackson. I gave this one 4 stars. And then I'm gonna blame the struggle bus that was these last 10 books on this one book in particular. I don't know if I picked it up before I was ready to pick it up, or if it just wasn't for me. But I read The Crown of Gilded Bones. I'm giving this one a 3-star. This is book 3 in the series. I've loved books 1 and 2. But this one was so boring. Like, everything that happened, I was just like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. And then I'd flip a couple more pages and I'd be like, I don't care about anything that happened in this book. Nothing. The last, like, 40 or so pages, maybe. I don't even remember where it's actually. The last, like, couple of chapters, I maybe cared a tiny bit. But other than that, this seemed like a waste of time to me. And we're gonna move on because I can't tell you why it seemed like a waste of time to me without spoiling the entire series. So, moving on, I read Could Have Been Us by Corinne Michaels. This is book 2 in her, Willow Creek Valley series. I gave this one 4 stars. This one is, what was that girl's name? This one is about Stella. She is the sister of the hero from book 1, and they work at their, like, family resort inn type place. I think it was more of like a resort, like a full-scale resort. But she has always had a crush on her brother's best friend. And when she was 18, they end up hooking up and she gets pregnant, and they, due to financial reasons, due to her family issues, they decide to give the baby up for adoption. She's kept in contact with the adoptive parents pretty regularly. I want to say it was like every 6 months or so they got letters or she got a letter. But he never has kept in contact. He needed kind of a clean break to accept it. And then through weird circumstances, they end up having to back up. First of all, they decide that they're old enough and her brother's not a factor and they're going to try this relationship for real. And then through really weird circumstances, they have to take in temporarily the daughter that they gave up for adoption, which seems sketch to me. I don't know. I don't know how it is everywhere, but I feel like if something were to happen to somebody in my family, there were other people around who would help out with the child. Especially if she's like a teenager and they're all just, her adoptive dad is just like, you're gonna go live with these parents who gave you up for adoption, and that just seems weird to me. I didn't quite connect to that, and that was a big, like, big plot of the book and the romance. That obviously that impacted their relationship. So I gave this one 4 stars. It was good. I don't know. Yeah. Did a little pick me up, so I picked up a happy book and read Happy Singles Day by Anne Marie Walker. This one is about a woman who is a workaholic, and so she decides to spend Valentine's Day and Singles Day, the day after, at this tiny, like, bed and breakfast in the Outer Banks. So she flies there and doesn't realize... she flies there without realizing that she's signed up for this kind of, forgotten bed and breakfast. The owner, his wife had passed away, and him and his wife ran it, and then his wife passed away, and he kind of just, like, let it go and wasn't taking any guests or anything. But his sister is the one who actually listed it when the main character saw that it was open. I gave this one 4 stars. It was really rushed. She was there for like a week, I think, and then there was a time jump, which I did like that how do I say this? Like, the time jumped, but it also kind of explained stuff that happened in the time jump in a realistic way instead of an info dumpy way. And so, excuse me. And so I liked that time jump aspect and that they, like, came back together in a realistic way. Also, not that this is a bad thing, not saying it's a bad thing, just an observation I had, for how much sexy time talk there was going into it, I expected the sexy times to be on page, but it was a fade to black. I read Angel's Devil by Suzanne Enoch. I wanted something quick. This was like 206 pages, so I picked it up. This is a historical romance about Angelique. She is engaged, but they haven't announced it yet. Her parents won't announce it. They want to make her wait. They think she's really fickle, that she's going to change her mind. She's determined, she and her fiance, the back of it makes it sound like it was her idea, but the fiance actually came up with the idea to use his cousin, who is a rake, to, kind of like trick her parents into thinking the cousin is falling for her, and then maybe the parents will let them announce their engagement and move up their wedding. But in the process of spending time with his cousin, who is known as the devil, she falls for him. I gave this one 3 stars. I was really liking it. I really liked that premise. And I was liking that they weren't making out her fiance to be like a bad guy, a villain, or anything like that. And then it brought up randomly, everything in this book was random because it was so short, They brought it up randomly that the fiance was in love with her best friend, and I didn't love that part. That kind of took me out of it a little bit. But I did give this one 3 stars. I did like it. So those are finally the last 10 books that I read. If you read any of these, let me know what you thought down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!